Digging right into today's episode, we have the harrowing task of clearing out the space around the watermill to install an underground drainage system to divert water away from the watermill when it rains. But along the way, we make an incredible discovery hidden beneath the soil. This is amazing!
Isn't that crazy?
Oh my gosh!
Wow. Zuru. We'll let you guys know if we find a box of gold.
Welcome back to our channel. If you're new around here, we're Brittany and Drew, two hopeful adventurers who got married, moved into a van, and have been chasing adventures all around the globe ever since. And now, after moving from the USA to Portugal, we'll be documenting our entire journey of building our dreams as we transform a historic watermill into our first home, not on wheels. Join us as we embark on this new and exciting phase of life. Now, let's take in a deep breath and let it out. Let the adventure begin.
Welcome back to another episode, guys. It's great to have you. As you guys know, Nelson is back with his excavator. He's helping us with some erosion control because we sit down in a valley, so we're at basically the bottom of a huge bowl, and we just need to make sure that the water is controlled properly so it doesn't damage the foundation of the watermill. And that leads to today's project right below me here in our favorite nook from the new section of the roof that was built.
Over here, they're going to build us a new section of the roof. Underneath where they're putting that new roof is actually the water slide, where the cistern held the water that then shot down and spun the wheel.
This is the massive chamber that's underneath the house where the turbine used to be for the watermill. They would run the water from up high from a cistern down through a chute, turn that wheel that would turn the mechanism in the house. So this is needing of some type of covering because we're gonna have leakage problems otherwise.
With this new section of the roof solving the leaking issue from above and ultimately inside the house, the watermill now needed us to focus on the area alongside the cistern, which we've always referred to as the landslide area. Currently, we cannot open these doors because the earth has sort of landslided in here. Since then, it has been at the top of our minds and that to-do list.
You can see this is quite the incline right here. So for Nelson to be able to get in here with the digger, he's gonna probably have to make some little platforms to be able to move around with the machine. I mean, you guys see that down there? It's like 25-foot drop. So Nelson's got to figure out how to get in here. We are going to be actually digging a canal along this edge of the house. We're going to basically make a big trench, fill it with rock, get our tube in there, and create a French drain. We think that the framework here goes where the bottom of the door is and cuts straight over and creates like an L with the edge, that corner of the house. So the idea is to get the water from up there back out to the stream where it's actually gushing right now. We really need the house to be protected a bit more from water trying to get its way into the foundation over here. So this is the best way we came up with. So let's get to it. It's supposed to be a beautiful day around here in southern Portugal. We're excited to get some work done, so let's do this. I want to point one other thing out to you guys. You guys see that truck back there? That's our roofers. They came back to get rid of some of the garbage that was laying around our land after they finished the roof. And because it's been raining, when they tried to leave with the load in the truck, they couldn't get up our road. See how slick this is formed? We've turned the truck around. We're gonna hook a tow strap to it and pull it up backwards. Oh, I'm definitely sliding a little, but I'm in 4x4 low right now. There we go.
And that mud is exactly why we had Jose deliver a few more loads of gravel, or tufna, along the curves and trickier sections of our road. Nelson is currently smoothing out some gravel so we don't have too much mud to deal with in this rainy season. But Drew and I were just saying, it was so much easier than us raking it, and faster. Says music is what makes it all possible.
Jose's here, and I'm always putting him in these funny predicaments. Well done. It's smoking. We cook our breakfast down there.
Yeah. Thanks.
In the midst of learning all about how to optimize our land so that it can withstand the test of time and the elements, I've also been trying to dive back into art because Drew and I have huge dreams of being able to paint, draw, and create beautiful storybooks for you guys so that we can share with you our adventures from all around the world and our story of how we ended up here at the watermill. To be honest, for a while now, I have been dealing with a massive creative block. I found excuses for myself saying that it was because I was using all of my creative juices to edit these YouTube videos. But truly, they were just excuses, and what I really needed was a creative reboot. And thanks to Skillshare, the kind sponsor of today's episode, we have been able to join the largest online learning community and gain access to thousands of inspiring and creative classes. From unlocking your creative identity to boosting productivity and learning things like graphic design and animation, but what really got me going were their classes aimed at getting you to draw or create something daily. One of my favorite teachers has to be Mike Lowry, and his classes Always Drawing and Illustrating Travel Maps. These are some of the travel maps that I've drawn since taking his class. They're gonna help me tell the story of our van life adventures. Next, I have to make sure that I invest in some markers or watercolors because adding color is the next step. I did this in one of the 30 minutes a day drawing challenges, but I mean, it's a good start. So long as I stick with it, I know that I will get better, and so will my art. And if you want to unlock your creativity and learn something new, right now the first 500 people to use our link below will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. Now, back to creating and back to the show.
So this morning we thought we'd get to work right away, but we both decided having a coffee was a good idea. Big ol' American coffees. Cheers.
Bon dia.
All right, coffee break's over. I was off doing some other projects around here right now, and Nelson was looking for me. I love how he stopped his machine and said, hey, I'm gonna do the cleaning in the cavity next to the house. You wanna come look right now? Bring the camera. This part's gonna be exciting. So the goal was that we got a bunch of rock delivered that we'll use later for the French drain over here. But Nelson was able to make like a little pyramid and drive up on it so he can reach down in our cavity here and scoop out the dirt that we need removed. Wow.
Before the previous owners began building the extension on the old portion of the mill, this rock wall that you see here was here
Grungy bald.
for who knows how many centuries, helping to protect the watermill from the effects of water and erosion. But since building the new portion of the mill, the space between the wall and the home had filled with falling plants, dirt, debris, and construction materials, making for one tight, complicated, and difficult project. Mostly because after clearing all of the brambles out, we were left with a whole bunch of leachoo, or basically a mess, that we didn't know how to tackle alone. And thanks to Drew's parents, and Nelson of course, we didn't have to.
How's everybody doing down here?
Teamwork.
Teamwork. Oh, there we go, Dad. The guys who previously built our house decided they were going to chuck all the leftover and broken roof shingles down to this compartment down here. So it's quite a doozy trying to dig it all back out.
Together, we filled and hoisted up bucket after bucket until we knew we needed reinforcements to help finish the job.
That would have taken so many bucket loads of manual labor just to hoist up. So I'm really glad he has this super long arm on the excavator that he can get way down there over the wall. You can see even for him it's hard to get a good view of what he's looking at because the drop off is so great. Dad, Mom, how much easier is this than what we did working together? I mean, I wouldn't have got started on this project if it wasn't for you guys, so thank you. It really would be better to get one long tube than connect it. Put a connection. Yeah, and then things could get jammed.
And then we need a sleeve.
Wow. You can see the wall right here. There's a bunch of big old rocks, and then they used like concrete to make this old retention wall here. I think we're gonna have to kind of reinforce it with some rebar and some cement at some point. This bit here still has to come out, but the farthest the bucket he can scoop with is over to this point, as you can see. So the rest has to be hand dug out. I'm gonna move that to the side, and then he'll use the scooper to pick it up because he just can't reach any farther than that line right now. And then for this area over here, we have a whole bunch of material that we're gonna then lift up to. He can scoop to this side, but just like the rock pile that he's sitting on with the machine now, it's gotta be moved over to where these other things are on the back side of the wall. Bienvenidos to my shoe. We come with tools. Ah, oh, here. Okay. You guys see how much material came out of that cavity? Like, it's a full dump truck load for sure. Just give you guys the feeling of what it's like to hang out in this little nook next to the house that's now covered. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to dismantle our little bridge that we've built to get here while we're doing this project, but the hope is we'll put it back afterwards. Just another look at Nelson. You can see removing all that material really opened this area up. It's gonna make for a cool space in the future. There he goes over his little mound he made.
Next, Nelson and his amazing little machine spread out all of the dirt evenly, helping to smooth out and widen our road in the process.
What's Nelson doing with our bridge? Sí, me es perfecto. You can see Nelson is pointing out there was a boulder tumbling down here. So Nelson right now is starting to cut the canal that's gonna come next to the house. I'm really wondering how deep this actual wall is gonna go next to this area that he's digging out. We anticipate the rock will go all the way straight over to that corner, and that chute should go way deep. So the idea is that he only digs down about 1 meter or so, but we'll just let him do what he thinks is best, and then we'll get that drain pipe in there. Let's let him do his thing. So I'm standing down in the spot that Nelson's dug out. It's like some old wall in here. The stones that were stocked up.
I don't know, it's crash.
The fresh dirt.
Yes. Yes.
Ah,
No
because it could
stability.
pop. Okay.
No time.
Yeah, to
You
crush.
look no more. Okay, no.
Yeah.
No good
So-
idea.
okay.
It's danger.
I won't go in there, yeah. I almost gave Nelson a heart attack. Now that the canal is finished being dug, we got our tube over here, and next we're cutting open a box. That way we can put a cap on the very end of it and bury it actually all the way at the bottom of this canal, and then we're gonna fill rock all around it. So that way the rock will fill this entire cavity, the water will hit the bottom and then shoot out through the tube all the way back behind the mill. Instead of using the box to put the tube in it, Nelson decided he'd make a cap here. All we need is some glue, right? So we just sealed this up. We used some duct tape, some PVC glue here, and I think we got a great cap. We're gonna put it all the way down here on the bottom, and later on we'll connect another tube that goes below the door.
New canal?
New canal?
Yes.
Wait. Canal par Moinho?
No machine the drain.
Oh, for the... Un espacio.
Zuru.
We'll let you guys know if we find a box of gold. Okay.
Old people.
Yeah,
Very good
the
idea.
canal and dentro. Mismo un aquifer.
Yes, in the water, road in the water, no water in the house.
We're looking at old school technology right here. I mean, this mill's got to be a couple 100 years old. Va a derecha?
No.
No, so encima.
No. I don't know.
Muito distancia. So basically we just discovered a whole nother canal that was man-made here years and years ago. They could stop the water from going in the house by diverting it around this way and keeping it away from the mill. I mean, these people really understood the lay of the land and how the system worked. I mean, this is really impressive to discover and excavate. Wow, I don't think either of us figured we were gonna discover this.
I think it's a good idea.
Nelson says we're going to connect the old system with the new system. So we're just going to put our tube with the tap on the end of it and connect it to the old rock one.
Yes.
And then it goes. Me gusta. Por my dash. Wow, look at the water coming off the roof. All right, we're really gonna get to see our French drain in action soon. French drain is looking great. I actually got the last bit of connecting hose down there. Nelson's going to come through and make a canal, and we're going to connect to the yellow tube coming out from this whole section that we put in the other day. Come here, babes.
I can't wait to see. Ah!
Take a look.
This is amazing.
Isn't that crazy?
Oh my gosh. Wow.
You should have seen what we actually discovered underneath this spot. There's an old canal that people from long time ago would have been able to control the water to go in the Moinho or around it.
That's the secret that we couldn't figure out. How did they get the water from
Well,
up here?
it doesn't explain that. It's just a channel that allows them to divert it around the house. But we think because there was a landslide in the past, it filled in.
Okay. Oh,
so we were cleaning it out. So from over here, you can actually see it. So we plugged in our tube into the old technology.
Amazing.
See the old canal?
That's amazing. This is so fascinating. There's so many little secrets hidden around this house. Oh my god.
Definitely what you get when you buy a house that's not in the suburbs.
Yeah, we were looking for something that was unusual and we definitely found it. But I love that there's this like a sidewalk thing next to the house.
Yeah. Well, we're going to fill it all back in. It'll be the normal height again.
Oh, it'll be earth again?
Yeah, this is only for catching the water. This is not how it will be in the long run.
I sort of love it though being just gravel because it keeps away like the dirt. Not that I don't love plants and stuff, but like plants, bugs, things like that. Maybe we just put a whole bunch of gravel along the side.
Yeah, this would require many meters of gravel, like several truckloads. But I think it's going to be really effective for keeping the water away from the house.
Wow. So the whole yellow tube's already underneath.
Yep.
That's great. Huh. With our new and improved French drain system wrapping around the entire backside of the watermill, we were feeling that much closer to eventually being able to move into the home of our dreams. We'll catch you guys in the next one. We can't wait.
Those who arrived came